long and stressful month. Can't even get inside my own house. I'm locked out. I could really use a drink. But how's it going, my peeps, and welcome back to the final video in this year's pumpkin spice month. I hope you've all been enjoying them up until this point, and by the looks of some of your comments, I think you have been. But by the looks of some of your other comments, I often see doubters as to whether or not pumpkin spice lattes are really all that. Which, objectively, just makes you an incorrect person, but in order to keep an open mind and see if there might exist an even more autumnal beverage out there, I wanted to travel to a place that would make me feel both spooky and happens to be where the best, most witchiest potions were first brewed, so let's do this. Over to Salem I went to try everything they had to offer. I tried some different types of lattes. I tried spiked ciders. I found some hocus pocus filming locations with Steven and then tried hot pumpkin juices, and nothing was quite hitting. But one of these did give me a very good idea, so let's see if we can make it happen. In order to make my ultimate 30-day apple and pumpkin spice mead, I grabbed some apple cider and cinnamon, raw honey and allspice berries, some filtered water and organic apples, whole nutmeg, ginger, whole cloves, and some wine yeast. So if you are unfamiliar, mead, or honey wine, is essentially fermented honey and water with a whole range of other customizable flavors and fruits. You can add hops or grains to make it more beer-like. You can add basically any type of fruit, I believe. And when I first tried a still or non-carbonated alcoholic cider over in Salem, and then I remembered all the different videos of people making this at home, so this one was pretty ripe for a video like this. I began by blooming my packet of wine yeast in some 95-degree water, chopping up some organic apples, and then just combining everything in a gallon jug with that entire jug of honey, which I know it seems like a lot and it would be way too sweet, but over time that's what the yeast kind of eats and then converts into alcohol. So the sweetness levels shouldn't be overwhelming, and then I just topped it off, half with that apple cider and half with the water. Now I knew this was going to be a very long process. It takes at least a month to fully ferment and turn into mead, so I brought it down into my nice dark and cool basement, right on past the set that I was halfway building about a month ago now. And then I just let it sit, and those first few days it was bubbling away. It seemed to be doing what it was supposed to, until... unfucking-believable.
Smells good.
So I don't really know what happened here. I literally just went to pick the glass up to put another towel underneath in case it leaked, and the bottom fell out and it splashed and shattered everywhere. I'm not sure if I cracked it at some point or if there was too much pressure or what, but when life gives you an opportunity to remake something, do it an even better way, and head on over to your local apple farm to pick some fresh apples off some trees, get their homemade apple cider and honey with no preservatives, nothing to mess with that fermentation process, and then basically do everything again that you already saw me do. And with a more expensive, hopefully more durable gallon glass jug. And once I got everything in there and went to stick in the airlock, we had a bit of an issue. This jug didn't come with one. I assumed that would be fine, because it looked the same as the last one, but I assumed wrong. Fortunately, my dad found this old rubber plug to what he thinks was an old air mattress, so we just drilled a hole on through it, and it seems to be working fine. Now, just a couple hours into this ferment, this thing was going insane. It seemed like I did something wrong with how much it was bubbling over. I think I rinsed it out and replaced the water at least a dozen times in those first couple days. I'm hoping it was just from everything being organic from that farm, so I let it go for about 20 days and we arrived here. It was smelling really good and looking pretty good too. I just had some concerns with those apples on top that were exposed out of the water. So once again, for my father's never-ending emporium of random shit, he found an old siphon tool that attached to his drill, and that is the way we are going to siphon out all the liquid without disturbing and roughing up all the sediment on the bottom. So we transfer that to another clean gallon jug, tossed all those apples, gave this thing a good rinse, returned the liquid back to that jug, and now added all my spices in. From everything I was reading, it said to not add the spices at the beginning because the flavors could get a little funky, so I waited until the end. Also, welcome to my kitchen on days where I'm not filming videos. I didn't feel like cleaning it up, so just bear with me. And finally, about a week later, on day 40, this thing was looking pretty good. I don't really have anything to judge it against, but it smells incredible. And there's no off colors or mold or floaties, so short of checking out the taste, I think we might have a success on our hands. This is like over a month in the making, so it's a big moment. Ooh. So that first hit is fantastic. It is all apples and cinnamon. It is very, like, burny. I'd be very curious to see the alcohol percentage of this. And I kind of forgot I'm not the biggest wine guy in the world, which could have made this a very anticlimactic, pointless video, but this is pretty damn good. Like I said, it's all apples and spices. You don't really get the honey, which I guess kind of makes sense because it's all been converted over to alcohol. And it's kind of hard to fathom that what I'm holding I actually just made from scratch. Like, if you never make certain things, if you always buy it from the store, you kind of forget that it's possible. But I made it, and it's good, and I recommend you guys looking into it too if you're of age and you do the proper research to prevent any sicknesses. I'm not telling anyone to remake my recipe or anything from this video, but I'm very pleased with the way this turned out. As far as it topping my love for latte, I don't think it does. I don't know if anything ever will, but it was a worthy competitor, and in the end, I did have a great time making it. So that's it. Another Pumpkin Spice Madness month in the books. Thank you so much to every single one of you for coming back each and every year. It means the world to me. And of course, thank you to everyone in my life that helped me build my sets, plan these videos, make them possible. And I couldn't do it without all of you. So much love. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.